Oak Grove, Missouri's Chad Lyle will set the pace in this one. So Chad Lyle will be on the front row inside. To his outside, we'll find Bob Curbs. Curbs out of Nevada, Missouri in the 120 car. Jason Payton, he'll start second row on the inside. Payton out of Greenwood, Arkansas in the 6th. His outside, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hodine. Hodine will start outside of row number 2. Inside row 3, it's Cody Jolly out of Jasper, Missouri, alongside the 30 of Larry Brody. Brody out of Springdale, Arkansas. Glenn Brady, his brother, will start on the inside of row number 4, the 24T car, also out of Springdale, Arkansas. The XIIm, that is Carl Murphy. Murphy out of West Plains, Missouri, on the outside of row number 4. Drew Armstrong will start 5th row on the inside. Armstrong from Benton, Arkansas, in the 01A car. And Mexico, Missouri's Robbie Reed will start to the outside of the 5th row. So Robbie Reed, your final starter in this one. Chad Lyle, the 16S out of Oak Grove, Missouri, on the front row of this one. That MB Customs race car will set the pace. Chad, a 6-time winner this season at the Central Missouri Speedway in Warrensburg, Missouri. Picked up that $3,000 payday at the Memorial Day weekend special there in Warrensburg. So Lyle will start front row inside. Nevada, Missouri's Bob Curbs to his outside. Curbs in a Hughes Racing chassis, that IMCA Motorsports 120. 47 Modifieds here this evening. A great turnout for the Modifieds. A $2,000 payday in the 300 to start A main. 47 drivers. 5 heat races. We'll have a trio of B mains a little bit later on in the night. The top 8 drivers and passing points will redraw for their starting spots in the A mains. So should see some great action as we were set to go green next time around. Now the front row kind of jumped out and away from the rest of the field for whatever reason. So not sure what happened there, but we will blink the caution lights back on and we will try it again. I don't know. Here we go. Chad Lyle just knows it's time to go. Anytime you get to turn number 4, he's ready to get on the loud pedal. So Chad Lyle, very anxious to get Turkey Bowl 13 underway, and getting quite the scolding over the one-way receiver communication system. This will be the time to go. Now everybody's tightened up. We'll try it again. The opening heat race here for the Modifieds. Modified heat racing action brought to you by Schoenfeld Headers as well. So here we go. Lyle and Curbs off of turn number 4. Looks like a pretty good start. Green flag comes in the air. Chad Lyle, Bob Curbs, and the rest of the field still 2x2 through turns 1 and 2. A little sheet metal getting bent up deeper in the pack. Cody Jolly working to the bottom groove of the speedway by Curbs as they're still 2 and 3 wide behind your top 2. Trying to sort it out in the early goings of this one. Drew Armstrong, he's made a march up through the field. The 01A car started 9th on the grid. He's already up to 3rd. The Benton, Arkansas racer will keep an eye on the 01A of Drew Armstrong as he challenges down to the inside of the 00 of Cody Jolly. We've got Larry Brady around at the bottom of turn number 4. So caution flag comes out for the 30X of Larry Brady. How about the 01A of Drew Armstrong? 3 wins in 3 appearances here at the Springfield Raceway this season. You can see he certainly knows how to get around the quick quarter mile here as he's rolled from 9th to 3rd here in the first few laps of this one. So Drew Armstrong, one to watch in that Dove Plumbing 01A car as he's rolled from 9th to 3rd. He had actually worked his way by Cody Jolly. However, the caution flag come out, so he went back to the last scored lap, which puts the 00 of Jolly back into the runner-up spot behind Chad Lyle. So we'll see what Armstrong can do with the restart. And this one, as the caution lights go down, single file nose to tail for a restart action here in the heat races. The first of 5 heat races for the Modifieds, brought to you by Schoenfeld Headers, as we crank them back up off of turn number 4. Armstrong back down to the inside of the double zero of Cody Jolly, wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Armstrong trying to grab the runner-up spot from Jolly off of turn number 4. He'll have it. Drew Armstrong from 9th to 2nd. This one looking for more. Down the inside of Chad Lyle. Lyle has the lead down the back straightaway. Armstrong right in his wheel tracks. Jolly a top 3 breakaway right now. Carl Murphy, he's trying the high line of the speedway. He'll work up in the 4th as we go side by side for the lead through turns 1 and 2. Drew Armstrong alongside the 16 of Chad Lyle. We mentioned under the caution there, 3 wins and 3 appearances, a perfect score this season at the Springfield Raceway for Drew Armstrong. And now out in front of heat race number 1 for the Modifieds. Carl Murphy may have something to say about it. He's getting that top side to come in, and he's working right by the 16S of Chad Lyle. So out of nowhere, Carl Murphy has rolled from deep in the field as well. The West Plains, Missouri racer on a rail right now along the top shelf of the speedway. Right flag in the air and 1 more lap to go for Drew Armstrong. Going to try to hang on for 1 more circuit over the charging Carl Murphy, who's high side hustling once again off of turn number 2. 3-car battle for 3rd coming to the checkers as well in this one as Drew Armstrong wins the opening heat race for the Modifieds. 2nd to Murphy, 3rd Jolly, 4th Reed, and 5th to Lyle. So your top 3 finishers in that one. In 3rd, Cody Jolly. How about the run for Carl Murphy late in that one as well? The 2M of Carl Murphy finishes up in 2nd. And your heat race winner, he started 9th on the grid to pick up the heat race win out of Benton, Arkansas. That Friesen-powered Dove Plumbing, Ambush Legend Craft, and East End Towing at 01A. Drew Armstrong, your winner in heat race number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, our modified heat race winner number 1, Drew Armstrong. Drew, you started 9th. It took you a little bit to get up front, but you did it, man.
Oh yeah, car's handling great. Track, you know, it's real racy around the bottom. I think it'll flow up here towards the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, your heat race winner number 1 in the modifieds, Drew Armstrong.
So there you have it, Drew Armstrong, very good here at the Springfield Raceway, wins your opening heat race. Heat race number 2 will line up like this. Corey Pankey on the inside of row number 1 at Austin, Arkansas. He will line up to the inside of Jody Tillman out of Branson West, the 85 car. Row 2 to the inside, we'll find Weston Finley out of Nixa, the 13 car alongside Lathrop, Missouri, Shane Bailey in the 7. Row 3 on the inside, we'll find the 76 of Caden Mitchell out of Finch, Arkansas. To Caden's outside, we'll find Sean Duncan, the D7 out of Lockwood, Missouri. Row 4 on the inside will be Dustin Campbell racing out of Nevada, that 66X car alongside Shane DeMay. Shane coming down from Denison, Iowa, the 15M. We'll start on the outside of row number 4. Row 5 to the inside, Tyler Hibner racing out of Chillicothe, Missouri in the 89. And Michael Dotson will start to his outside. Dotson out of Lathrop, Missouri in the 55D. Your 10 starters for heat race number 2. Corey Pankey will set the pace, the Austin, Arkansas racer, and to his outside will line up Jody Tillman with 1A feature win here this season at the Springfield Raceway. Finished up 2nd in the point standings. The Branson West racer. Also the winner of the 4th edition of the Turkey Bowl in that Indian Point Marina number 85. Weston Finley, Shane Bailey, Caden Mitchell, Sean Duncan, Dustin Campbell, Shane DeMay, Tyler Hibner, and Michael Dotson making up the field here in the 2nd of 5 heat races for the Modifieds. As we mentioned, Schoenfeld Headers presenting heat racing action here for the Modifieds. Want to make a mention as well, a great marketing partner of this event, Performance Bodies, will bring you tonight's $2,000 to win, $300 to start A main for the Modifieds. Also a $400 lap leader bonus on lap number 4. in memory of Mike Clark. So $400 going to the leader of lap number 4, courtesy of Performance Bodies in tonight's A main. So the top 14 drivers in passing points will automatically make the A main. The rest will have to go to one of those 3 B mains a little bit later on in the evening as the filled up green flag gets displayed to your field. We'll get set for heat race number 2 in the modifieds here shortly. Top 14 in passing points go to the show. Top 8 will redraw for their front row starting spots in the 2000 win A main, brought to you by Performance Bodies. So here we go. Green flag waves off of turn number 4. Corey Pankey a little bit sideways in front of your field. It all sorts itself out, and Jody Tillman will come atop the heap, but the caution will have to come out for the 66X of Dustin Campbell. So Dustin Campbell around in turns 1 and 2. The start of that one pretty shaky as Corey Pankey looked like he buzzed the tires coming off a turn number 4, got a little crossed up in front of your field, and ultimately the 66X of Dustin Campbell goes on the spin cycle down in turns 1 and 2. So we will get Pankey back front row on the inside. Tillman lined up to his outside as the field takes shape. Filled up green flag back in the air. We'll have take number 2 out of turn number 4 here shortly. Here we go. Caution lights are down. Corey Pankey and Jody Tillman ready to try it again off of turn number 4. Pankey gets crossed up once again and kisses the concrete. We got a car pointed the wrong direction in turn number 2 as well. Shane Bailey pointed the wrong direction after that jumbled up start. Pankey getting into the concrete after he was sideways in front of your field. Everybody tried to race by. And then the 7 of Shane Bailey went around to the bottom of turn number 2 to force out the caution flag. Pankey stopped over at the exit of the racetrack over in turn number 3. Push truck headed down towards turn number 2 as well for the 7 of Shane Bailey. That Team Timberline number 7 must need a push start or some sort of assistance down in turn number 2. Don't forget, race fans, Bad Boy Mowers, the title sponsor of Turkey Bowl 13. Big shout out to Bad Boy Mowers, of course, the Victory Lane sponsor as well here at the Springfield Raceway. But Bad Boy Mowers bringing you Turkey Bowl 13. Thanks as well to Schoenfeld Headers, Day Motorsports, Performance Bodies, Weir's Machine. All marketing partners on board for the 13th running of the Turkey Bowl. That's become quite an event here at the Springfield Raceway. Jerry Hoffman and crew have put together a great event. 6 classes here tonight. 199 cars checked in through the back gates of the Springfield Raceway. 47 modifieds, as you see the second of 5 heat races out on the track right now for the modified division.
For all of your latest videos, go to videos.showmedirt.com.
You tuned in on the World Wide Web. We thank you for officials going to work on the lineup of this one. Once it gets squared away, we will be ready for a restart. Looks like we'll move the inside row up. As the 01 of Corey Pankey will drop out of the field. He was the inside pole sitter, so we slide up that inside row as so trying to get a few cars at the back end of the pack lined up in this one. Trying to get Michael Dotson up to the outside of row number 3 or 4. So as we continue to sort out the lineup here, here we go. Caution lights are down once again. We'll try it once more. Heat race number 2 of 5 for the Modifieds. Good restart for Jody Tillman. Should say initial start to this one as we had a little trouble getting going here in heat race number 2. Tillman will jump out to the top spot as we got one going around in turn number 4. Looks to be Weston Finley, the 13 car. So Finley around in turn number 4. And yellow once again here in heat race number 2 for the mods. Big Daddy Joe Duval tuned in as well. Just shot me a text message, and I just don't know, Joe. I just don't know. Thanks to Joe Duval for
all of your latest videos. Go to videos.showmedirt.com.
Should have 48 modifieds here. Duval should have been here as well. Chris Steppen coming in with a hashtag, and it's not Run 50, not hashtag Run 50. You can figure out what it is, but thanks to Chris Steppen.
For all of your latest videos, go to videos.showmedirt.com.
So Chris Steppen tuned in on.
For all of your latest videos, go to videos.showmedirt.com.
So we've got another one stopped now over in turn at number 3 here in the Marathon heat race number 2. We're just going to call it Marathon. If anybody's got a business out there that's Marathon, we'll label it right here on heat race number 2. It fits well. As the 89 is back under power, at least in turns 3 and 4. We will get this thing realigned and ready for a restart here shortly. So here we go. Caution lights will go down. A single file restart here in heat race number 2 of 5 for the Modifieds, Jody Tillman, the driver who finished second here in the point standings this season. The Branson West, Missouri racer will lead us back to the green flag off of turn at number 4. Here we go. Green flag comes to the air. So Shane DeMay will grab the lead that time off of turn number 4. Cracking the whip in that Harris Racing chassis, number 15 down the back straightaway. The Denison, Iowa racer quickly to the top spot over Jody Tillman. Once we were able to get this one going, Shane DeMay pretty well taken off and not looking back. Started 8th on the grid. He's grabbed the top spot away from Jody Tillman down the back straightaway. Shane Bailey involved in an early caution. This one he's worked back up into the 3rd place spot ahead of Tyler Hibner. So Shane Bailey now into the top 3. We'll keep an eye on the Dodson Logging number 7 as they get a little shot in the shorts off of turn number 2, that time from the 89 of Hibner. Hibner will dive down to the inside of the 7 off of turn number 4. Good side-by-side race for the number 3 spot in this one. A Rage and a GRT side-by-side. Hibner in that Rage chassis 89. Shane Bailey in a GRT in that number 7 side-by-side through turns 3 and 4 as well. Best race on the track right now for the 3rd place spot between Hibner and Bailey. Those two racing side by side as the white flag comes to the air off of turn number 4. One more lap to go for the 15M of Shane DeMay. Started 6th on the grid. Took the lead from Jody Tillman. Never looked back. Your heat race winner in heat race number 2, Shane DeMay in the 15M. Tillman 2nd, 3rd, and that one too close to call at the line. Looked to be Hibner. So Hibner finishes up in the 3rd place spot. 2nd goes to Jody Tillman, your heat race winner out of Denison, Iowa. That LTI Team Harris Auto Racing 15M, Shane DeMay. We'll get a word with him shortly as he headed over directly to the scales before getting word to come to the front straight away. So we'll try to get Shane DeMay back around to the front stretch to have a word with your winner in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 quickly will be rolling out to the speedway. Michael Abels, racing out of Caddo, Oklahoma, will be on the front row of this one. So Abels will be on the inside of row number 1. Joseph Giesler will be to his outside. Giesler of St. Mary, Missouri in the 85G car. Row 2 to the inside will be Stephen Glenn. Glenn, the 26S car out of Hamilton, Missouri. And to his outside we'll find Sean Knuckles. Knuckles racing out of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, the 76K. Row 3 to the inside will be Wesley Smith. Smith in the 101 out of Nixa, Missouri, and alongside him from right here in Springfield, the 4966 Ryan Gilmore will start 3rd row on the outside in this one. Jimmy Dow, he'll start 4th row on the inside out of Boonville, Missouri, the 88. And his outside we will find the winner of the 11th edition of the Turkey Bowl back in 2017, Mitch Keeter, the 52 out of Webb City, Missouri, will start on the outside of the 4th row. Your final starter is Carmen Vincent. Vincent in the 17 will start shotgun on the field out of Moody, Missouri, that 17 car. So Shane DeMay looked like he headed back to his pit. Not sure if we will get a word with your winner of heat race number 2 or not, as it looked like DeMay was headed back to the pits. So we will forego that interview. Michael Abels on the front row of this one. 85 of Joseph Giesler to his outside on row number 1. And then it's Stephen Glenn, Sean Knuckles, Wesley Smith, Ryan Gilmore, Jimmy Dow, Mitch Keeter, and Carmen Vincent shotgun on the field here in the 17. 8 laps around the Springfield Raceway, heat race number 3 of 5 for the Modifieds, brought to you by Schoenfeld Headers. go. Green flag comes there on heat race number 3. Sean Knuckles will make the move here on the start of this one. They'll go 3 wide behind him. So 3 wide down the back straightaway. Here comes the 49.66 of Ryan Gilmore. He'll power up into the runner-up spot here on the opening lap of this one as Joseph Giesler sinks back in the field. That 85 car going the wrong direction as Ryan Gilmore takes over the second place spot behind Michael Abels down the back straightaway. Wesley Smith, Sean Knuckles racing side by side in that race for the third place spot. Abels your leader, but Ryan Gilmore chipping away in that 49.66 machine. Of course, Gilmore, a great runner behind the wheel of a USRA B-Mod. He won 16 USRA B-Mod events here during the 2019 campaign. Looking pretty good here tonight in the modified as well as he applies pressure to the Caddo, Oklahoma racer of Abels. They race side by side off of turn number 4. Abels able to keep him at bay for time being, but Ryan Gilmore right there ready to strike. Back down to the inside of the 61 through turns 1 and 2. Abels has the drive off to keep him at bay. They race side by side once again through turns 3 and 4. Gilmore to the inside, Abels right through the middle. Sean Knuckles in that third place spot. Wesley Smith and Mitch Keeter, the top 5 of this one as Gilmore continues to pull alongside the 61 of Abels. Taking another peek down to the inside off of turn number 4, side by side at the line. Abels with a slight advantage. Gilmore still knocking on the door. He'll work down to the inside, side by side off of turn number 2, and down the back straightaway for Gilmore and Abels. Coming to the white flag, one more lap to go here in heat race number 3 for the mods. Abels has the advantage at the line with one more lap to go. Gilmore ready to strike as he pulls back alongside Abels down the back straightaway, wheel to wheel into turns 3 and 4 to the checkered flag. Who will it be? At the line off of turn number 4, Gilmore to the inside will steal it on the final lap. Ryan Gilmore picks up the heat race win. So your top 3, the 52 of Mitch Keeter rolls up into the third place spot. Second goes the 61 of Michael Abels. Your heat race winner though at Midwest Sheet Metal. Chicks Gear 49.66, a Hoffman race car for the Springfield, Missouri racer Ryan Gilmore, your winner in heat race number 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the 49 of Ryan Gilmore. Ryan, man, that was a great way to defend your home track, man.
Yeah, that 61 car he was awful nice to me. He left me room to get in way. Track's really good compared to last night.
Gentlemen, there he is, your heat race winner, the 49 of Ryan Gilmore.
So heat race number 4 out on the speedway. Sawyer Krigler will be on the pole. This one out of Alton, Missouri. To his outside we'll find Timmy Hill. Hill, the 51 out of House Springs, Missouri. Row 2 to the inside. John Yeoman the 3rd, the 84 Y car, will line up to the inside of row number 2 out of Joplin alongside Brad Golson. Golson out of Imboden, Arkansas, the 62 car. Stephen Bowers Jr. will line up 3rd row on the inside. Bowers out of Topeka, Kansas, that 77 alongside Yellville, Arkansas's Canyon Methvin in the 41. Trevor Drake, the 12D car to Springfield, will line up to the inside of row 4 with Craig Yeoman to his outside in the 84C. Mitch Parmley, your final start in this one, the 31P car out of Hillsboro, Missouri. Here we go, heat race number 4, 5, and we're back underway. Sawyer Krigler will take the field through the opening set of turns, but we've got trouble down in turns 1 and 2. Both the Yeomans involved, John and Craig, as well as a 31P of Parmley. Did not see how that transpired, but nonetheless, we've got 3 cars tangled up down in turn number 1. Craig Yeoman, John Yeoman the 3rd, and the 31P of Parmley all involved in the opening corner melee in this one. So here we go. Caution lights going down. We'll try it again in turn number 4, the 4th of 5 heat races here for the Modifieds. On deck, we will have 6 heat races for the B mods and a pair of mini late model heat races before we roll into B mains here this evening. Sawyer Krigler and Timmy Hill on the front row, ready to try it again off of turn number 4. There we go. Green flag back to the air on heat race number 4. Krigler and Hill side by side, 3 wide behind them now. Bowers down to the inside. Methvin along the high side of the speedway. Golson in between. So we complete lap number 1. The 11 of Sawyer Krigler will be your leader. So Sawyer Krigler grabs the lead here on the opening lap. Here comes Canyon Methvin. Methvin, that Yellville, Arkansas racer, getting the top side wound up now. Some momentum underneath the 41 car as he rolls the high line of turn number 4. Canyon Methvin now into the runner-up spot. Hill and Bowers still side by side. Trevor Drake trying to work his way up through the field as well. Trevor Drake trying to diamond the corner that time in turns 3 and 4. Trying to get a run down the banking as he works that 12D car in the 5th place spot down the back straightaway. Stephen Bowers down to the inside of Timmy Hill. Canyon Methvin along the high side. Good 3-car battle for the runner-up spot down the front straightaway. Bowers the inside. Methvin along the high side of the speedway. Door-to-door down the backstretch. Those two duke it out for the number 2 spot. Timmy Hill watching a pretty good race right now in 3rd. Now he'll drop to the bottom groove of the speedway off of turn number 4. Try to throw his name in the mix for that 2nd place spot as Bowers slides ahead of Canyon Methvin that time through turns 1 and 2. Put the Topeka, Kansas racer into the 2nd place spot now. Bowers now into 2nd as Krigler continues to lead. Sawyer Krigler just over a half a straightaway advantage over the 77 of Bowers as the white flag waves off of turn number 4. 1 more lap to go. Mitch Parmley way off the pace at the line, the 31P car. See if any of the leaders have trouble navigating around that 31P as the checkered flag waves off of turn number 4. Sawyer Krigler, your winner in heat race number 4. So finish it up in the 3rd place spot, Timmy Hill, the 51. 2nd goes to Stephen Bowers. Your heat race winner, though it's a Hughes Racing chassis for the driver to Alton, Missouri. That Krigler Timber Harvesting Midwest Sheet Metal number 11, Sawyer Krigler, your winner in heat race number 4.
Heat race winner, the 11 of Sawyer Krigler. Sawyer, man, it looked like the car was running well on the bottom.
They're talking.
Looks like the car was running well on the bottom, Sawyer.
Can't hear you.
Looked like the car was running better on the bottom. Looks like the car was running good on the bottom.
Yeah, this is the first time out in this car. This is a brand new car. I can't thank Hughes chassis enough. This thing's a rocket ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Sawyer Krigler, your heat race winner.
Race number 5. Ryan McDermott will be on the pole the 5th heat race. The XIIm out of Dittmer, Iowa, Dittmer, Missouri, alongside the 27T of Robbie Test. Test Racing out of Jefferson City. Row 2 on the inside, the 11T, that's James Thompson from right here in Springfield, alongside Leroy Morrison, the 50 out of Raymore. Row 3 to the inside, the 35, that is John Langton out of Lampe, Missouri, alongside Calera, Oklahoma's William Gould, the 60. Row 4 to the inside, Steve Picou, the X car out of High Ridge, Missouri, alongside Ethan Broxma, the 111 out of Newton, Iowa, and your final starter, Shad Batter out of Bates City, Missouri, in the 73B. And waving the initial start off of that one, the 6 of Ryan McDermott got on the binders before everybody behind him did once they called that one off. So they called the initial start of that one off, and Ryan McDermott now with a Bit of a bent right rear quarter panel as we come around to the green flag. Here we go. James Thompson going to go around, and that's going to collect McDermott, and we will quickly go back yellow in this one. So McDermott and Thompson go around in turn number 2. We mentioned Ryan McDermott had a pretty heavily damaged right rear quarter panel from the first no start. Now he got collected by James Thompson down in turn number 2. So officials will go to work on the field. A couple drivers dropped out of the inside race, so I believe we're going to crisscross the field this time. So officials will go to work to get the field realigned in this one. Heat racing action for the Modifieds brought to you by Schoenfeld Headers. 6 heat races coming up shortly for the B-Mod division. B-Mod heat races brought to you by Day Motorsports, the folks down in Tyler, Texas, bringing you heat racing action for the B-Mods coming up here in just a few moments. There will be 6 heat races for the B-Mods. 53 drivers checked in for B-Mod action here this evening. So we will see those drivers hit the speedway after this 5th and final heat race here for the Modifieds as Robbie Test and now Leroy Morrison will make up the front row of this one. 8 trips around the Springfield Raceway as we work off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Your final modified heat race here for the Bad Boy Mowers. Turkey Bowl 13 is underway. Here comes Ethan Broxma. Slides right through the middle. Looking to take over the top spot off of turn number 4, and he will. And just like former USMTS announcer Lon Elke used to say, sit down, take a seat. Ethan Broxma on the way in this one. Pretty well checking out as he started 8th on the grid, takes over the top spot and is looking to run away and hide. William Gould has navigated the traffic now in the 60. So Gould had to maneuver some cars there on the opening lap of that one. Now he has clear sailing to try to track down the 111 of Ethan Broxma. Broxman, his first year behind the wheel of a modified, had primarily ran B-Mods. That 111 car to Newton, Iowa, Hughes Racing chassis. Extreme racing engine under the hood, the multi-packaging and printing number 111 car. Out in front of your field, of course, William Gould, the veteran out of Calera, Oklahoma, a 23-time winner this season. Behind the wheel, that Gould Race Cars Monasco Enterprises number 60 as he runs in the runner-up spot of this one. Steve Picue in the OX car in a pretty good battle with James Thompson, the 11T. Thompson, the track champion here at the Springfield Raceway, running 3rd in this one right now along the top shelf of the Springfield Raceway. Drives the Hoffman race car, that Hayden Machinery 11T car in 3rd, looking for more now as the Knowles is folded up under that 11T, not slowing him down though as he challenges the 60 of Gould. White flag was displayed, but the caution flag came out. Ryan McDermott around over in turn number 2 forces out the caution flag. So the white flag had been displayed. We will see how we finish this one up as Ethan Broxma, we mentioned there under green flag conditions, his first season behind the wheel of a modified, had been running a B-Mod last season, the Newton, Iowa racer. Looks very good here this evening. So a rookie to the modified division at Hughes Racing chassis. 111 out of Newton, Iowa. William Gould, a 23-time winner this season, that Gould Race Cars Monasco Enterprises number 60 in the 2nd place spot. Of course, James Thompson, the hometown driver, the track champion here at the Springfield Raceway, picked up 6 wins right here in Springfield, runs in that 3rd place spot, so the cream has risen to the top in this one. Picue and Shad Batter, that's the top 5 here as we look to put a wraps on heat race number 5 for the Modifieds. Good restart for Ethan Broxma. He'll see the white flag wave off of turn number 4. One more trip around the park for Broxma. William Good in second, James Thompson in third. Steve Picue and the OX car Shad Batter continue to make up the top 5 as we're coming around to the checkered flag in this one. Ethan Broxma wins the final modified heat race. So there you have it. James Thompson ends up in the 3rd place spot. William Gould finishes up in 2nd. Your heat race winner, we come see out of Newton, Iowa. It's a used racing chassis with an Extreme engine under the hood, the multi-packaging and printing at number 111. How about a hand for Ethan Broxma, your winner in the final modified heat race?
Your heat race winner right here in the 11-1 of Ethan Broxma. Ethan, how does it feel, man, to be walked into the A-main?
It's pretty good. Just trying to hit my marks and all at the right front bottom out, but we'll see. I think the track will be pretty good in the A, and so we'll go from there, watch the track, just play the cards right and see if we can make any changes.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your heat race winner in the 11-1 of Ethan Broxma.